In this video, I'm gonna share with you how I prepare the paint on vehicles that have reached the point of no return. Now, let's get straight into it. What's going on? So glad you're here and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a professional auto detailer who wants to become more successful and profitable in your business, or just a car enthusiast who wants to improve your detailing ability, then definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button right below this video. So right now I am on location and I'm detailing a white Xterra. Now the thing about the paint on this vehicle is that this car has been sitting outside for several years, not been driven, not been maintained, under trees and all that sort of stuff. So not only am I dealing with like tree sap and just standard dirt, road tar, dust that has actually been sitting and eating and etching into the paint for years, but I'm also even dealing with things like moss and algae growing on the roof of this car. So just to give you guys a little bit of context before you guys see my strategy in how I remove this car is not going to be brought to perfection. I've already communicated with my customer. There's no way to restore it to perfection. It's only going to be a job of improvement. However, I do believe that I can dramatically improve the paint that I'm dealing with right now. So let me show you guys how I actually remove this horribly stuck on dirt from this car's paint before I get ready to clay bar and use an IPA wash and polish it. So you guys can see what I'm talking about with this paint. So if I run my finger across, and now some of you might be freaking out like I'm scratching the paint, but like I said before, this paint is so jacked up in the first place, there's no amount of hurting it that I can even do. So you can see that as I run my finger across the paint, I've actually put some water on this, so I've loosened up the dirt. But you can see the contrast, how much dirt is actually on this paint. And not to mention, not only is this actually extremely stuck on and it doesn't even come off with my finger. I have to use some sort of sponge, some sort of degreaser, but I also have things down here like road tar and that stuff that really gets stuck on the paint that I have to use something like Citral to even remove in the first place. So I'm dealing with some paint that is really in some bad condition. So in order to get this job done, I'm gonna have to use something more powerful than just a standard car soap. So what I've done is I've actually created a solution in this bucket with 2 capfuls of Optimum No Rinse, and I've used Meguiar's Super Degreaser. I put about 5 to 6 ounces into this bucket, and then I filled the bucket all the way to the top, so everything's extremely diluted, but this way I have more strength than just a car soap. I have a degreaser that's gonna cut away at this dirt and grime. Now, why did I choose Meguiar's Super Degreaser over Super Clean or Purple Power? Just because I know Meguiar's Super Degreaser is safe on paint when it's diluted to this level. It makes me feel a little bit safer about what I'm doing with this paint. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just wet it with some water, just like that, super standard. Now, I am using as a sponge, I'm using my bug sponge, the mesh bug sponge, and of course, is this going to scratch the paint to a level? Yes, it absolutely is, but I'm going to polish this paint afterwards anyways, and I have to use something aggressive in order to remove this. I can't just use a microfiber cloth. I can't just use a regular sponge. This stuff does not come off without something aggressive like this. So I dip my bug sponge into this solution, and then I just pretty aggressively rub in order to remove all of this dirt and grease and grime. So now you guys can see the contrast between a clean panel and a dirty panel where you have this dirt and grease and grime that's super adhered to the paint, and then here it's totally taken off, and it's very quickly taken off with that bug sponge and the degreaser car soap solution that I have right here. So if I am dealing with a car like this that is absolutely trashed, sometimes detailers way overthink it. They're like, I'm trying not to scratch the paint, I'm trying to be as precautious as possible, but the thing is, when you're in a situation like this, there's no way to avoid scratching the paint. Even if you're just removing the dirt itself is going to scratch the paint to a level anyways. And this way, the degreaser car soap solution actually allows me not only to strip off all the dirt, but it also allows me to strip the paint down to a bare canvas where I don't necessarily have to do an IPA wash before I polish, because the degreaser strips it to a bare canvas just like the IPA wash does. Now, I'm gonna do an IPA wash anyways, but this is a fantastic solution in order to get this done quickly so that I can continue with the rest of my detail. So there's a quick tip for you guys if you're dealing with absolutely trashed vehicles. I've had a lot of subscribers ask me what my steps are when I'm dealing with really, really dirty vehicles. So that is how I take care of the paint sometimes in certain situations on vehicles that have literally been sitting outside for years collecting dirt, collecting dust, and you have to take extreme measures like this. And once again, I'm gonna polish the paint anyways, so I'm not worried about these scratches that I'm adding because there's just no way to avoid it and be efficient at the same time. Now, if you guys would like to buy any of the products used in this video, whether it be the Meguiar Super Degreaser, the Optimum No Rinse, even a bug sponge, and I'll probably even throw in a 3-gallon bucket that I use. I like the 3-gallon bucket more than the 5 because it's easier to tote around and carry and stow away. If you'd like to buy any of this, check out the description box below this video. I hook up Amazon links to everything I use in the description box, and if you use my links to purchase anything at Amazon, it does give this channel a very small commission, but it allows this channel to stay alive so I can continue to give out awesome content on a daily basis just like this. And of course, if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing because I come out with daily videos just like this on products, tools, strategies, communication skills, business skills, and so much more, all in an effort to help the pro detailers become more successful and profitable in their businesses. And on this channel, I share the exact strategies that allowed me to turn my auto detailing business into a full-time income with only part-time hours. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hook up comments in the comment section below. Like this video if you like it. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.